Hi all, welcome to our talk show Sitconn with Poonam and Shreya. I am Dr. Shreya Govit. I am performance coach and a pause trainer.
Hi all, I am Poonam Madaan. I am founder of Break Free from Stress Training Solutions. I am a corporate trainer and happiness coach. So, as you would all have been watching our episodes, after every 4 or 5 episodes, we have decided to record an episode to answer the questions of the viewers. So, आज का हमारा episode is based on the questions that we have received from the viewers. So far we have discussed different topics in our episodes. To start with, the first episode was on
Me
me
to
to we
we.
mind shift. So first one was me to we mind shift.
The second one, which we discussed, was doing to leading, which in that which we focused on that as a leader, you need to start delegating your tasks and look at how you can lead your team from delegating those tasks.
Right. So from doing to leading, first was me to we mind shift, second was doing to leading mind shift. In the third episode, we discussed a very effective technique to manage your work to get things done, and the name of the technique was urgent and important metrics. And then in the fourth episode, we discussed about the Pareto principle.
The
And
80-20 principle, which is
yes,
commonly called.
yeah, the 80-20 principle. And the fifth episode was on Johari windows. So on the basis of the questions received so far, we decided that let us devote this episode entirely on answering the questions of our viewers. So let us start by discussing the questions. So Shreya, what is the first question?
The first question asked for us was, can you give some examples on how to use Pareto analysis in our real life?
Okay. So how to use Pareto analysis in real life? First of all, one has to be clear that what is Pareto principle. That is the 80-20 principle, where we discuss that 20% of the efforts we make are responsible for 80% of our success, right? So how to
Correct.
use it in our real life? See, if we are able to identify that 20% of our task which are contributing to 80% of our success, won't it be easy for us to focus on that 20% task? Because
Correct.
during a day we perform a lot of tasks, even during when we are in office also we perform a lot of tasks, but not all the tasks are going to add up to our performance. So if we are able to identify that 20% bracket, we can easily upgrade our skills, we can easily upgrade our performance, and in turn result in better productivity.
And Poonam, the example which you gave in the talk show also about the restaurant, you
Right.
gave your friend's example that her most of the earning, most of her sales used to come from those 2-3 hours only, and she
Right.
started spending more time using more of her resources, more of her cooks during those 2-3 hours, which
Right.
was giving her more and more sales.
Right, true. So
Started
if we are
focusing on
able to
that.
identify the 20% bracket that is contributing to our success, life will become easy. The
Very
productivity
good.
will enhance. It will become easy to perform and to get the things done. And say मेरे सीए स्टूडेंट्स मुझसे कई बार पूछते थे, मैम आप किस तरीके से स्टडी करते थे, प्लीज गिव अस सम टिप्स. सो वन ऑफ द टिप दैट आई यूज टू गिव टू देम दैट ऑल्सो वॉज बेस्ड ऑन द 80-20 प्रिंसिपल. बिकॉज ड्यूरिंग अ डे अगर आपको 24 आवर्स में पढ़ाई करनी है, so 24 hours if you study, you cannot give the best productivity. Your result may not be so efficient if you are studying 24 hours. But उस 24 hours के duration में, if you can identify that peak hour during which whenever you study, you feel that you are at your best. So that is how I identified that peak hours for me. And that was during the night. सबके लिए अलग अलग होते हैं. कुछ लोगों की दिन में प्रोडक्टिविटी सुबह सुबह, दे आर अर्ली राइजर्स, सुबह सुबह प्रोडक्टिविटी अच्छी होती है, 4 बजे उठ के पढ़ते हैं. मेरे लिए सुबह 4 बजे उठ के पढ़ना वॉज रियली डिफिकल्ट, सो आई यूज टू स्टडी इन द नाइट. आई आइडेंटिफाइड दोज पीक आवर्स एंड आई नेवर यूज टू वेस्ट दैट पीक आवर्स. So that was to enhance my efficiency and productivity.
Correct.
This is how I use 80-20 principle, right?
Correct.
So should we move to next question, Shreya?
Yeah. The second question which we have received is, they said 20% of employees bring more productivity, they bring more efficiency to the organization. So what should we do with those 80%? So when we are talking about those 80%, Poonam, for example, when we are talking about 20%, so take note of those 20% people in your organization. These are the members of your team or your organization who are giving more business, more productive, enhancing your business image, building and all, and delighting your customers more effectively. So whatever attributes and techniques these top 20% have should be your yardstick in forming additional teams or training the rest of your team so that they also start performing.
Right, true. So I remember one person was asking कि अगर 20% पे focus करना है तो 80% को क्या करें?
Correct.
This is what you have to do with the 80%, right? If you can identify that 20% and unki behavioral traits, unki attributes can become a yardstick for the rest of the 80%.
Correct.
And they can get inspired from those 20%, right? So obviously, हमने ये कभी नहीं बोला है कि you have to identify 20% and you should not focus on the 80%.
And if you remember, Poonam, during our previous episodes, we were talking about the leaders. So when we are talking about leaders, it's not about just training them. We as a leader, we should always focus on building more and more leaders.
Right.
So when we are training these people, 80%, they are also becoming better person. They are becoming a better performer. And at the end, they'll be better leaders.
Right. So again, taking an example of a school, right? एक क्लास में अगर 40 बच्चे होते हैं तो 40 स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट टॉपर्स. सिर्फ 3 या 4 बच्चे ही होते हैं जो टॉप करते हैं. बट डज दैट मीन कि क्लास में बाकी सब बच्चों पे ध्यान नहीं दिया जाता, फोकस सिर्फ उन 3 या 4 बच्चों पे होता है? नो, दे मे कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट टू द सक्सेस ऑफ द स्कूल. स्कूल की ब्रांडिंग उन 4 बच्चों पे बेस्ड होती है. इन 4 बच्चों का रिजल्ट न्यूज़पेपर में छापा जाता है, सब बच्चों का नहीं डाला जाता है, राइट? बट स्टिल स्कूल फोकसेस ऑन रेस्ट 80% एज वेल. So yes, star performance, identifying those star performance definitely helps to build the brand and also to inspire those 80% to move ahead. And also, Shreya, you would agree succession planning may be.
Correct. So I have done that. I have done, many of us, our friends also would agree that those 80%, through that we are able to identify who would be the other leaders, who are the emerging leaders, and it helps in succession planning.
Right. So if I have identified those 20% people in my organization who are the top performers, that can definitely help for succession planning as well. Right? So moving on to the next question. The next question is
how to find out the 20%.
Okay, great. So वो 20% हम कैसे ढूंढेंगे?
तो अभी जो मैंने पहला आंसर किया था, आई थिंक इट इज कोरिलेटेड टू दैट आंसर्स, दैट रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, रिटर्न व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम, what kind of business we are getting from those 20, from 100% population. जो 20% है, कितना हमें इन्वेस्टमेंट दे रहे हैं, कितना हमें बिजनेस लाके दे रहे हैं, कितने कस्टमर्स उनका फीडबैक अच्छा दे रहे हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट. सो दैट इज द रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट ना.
राइट. ऑब्वियसली सी, अगर हमें क्लास में आइडेंटिफाई करना है, वेरी सिंपल. आई एम टेकिंग एग्जांपल ऑफ स्कूल बिकॉज हर किसी ने स्कूल में पढ़ाई की है, सो एवरीवन कैन इजीली रिलेट टू इट. स्कूल में कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किए जाते थे टॉप 20%? ऑब्वियसली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ the result, right? So similarly, if we have to identify such 20%, what we have to focus on is the result. Efforts we may be putting same on all the employees, but who are giving the best result? That is the return on investment किस पे सबसे ज़्यादा है, and those are the employees who will help us to grow, to succeed as an organization. So it is not so difficult to identify the 20%, isn't it, Shreya?
Correct.
So very easy job is, अगर आपको अपने tasks में से identify करना है, simply make a list of all the tasks. That is what we say the to do list. क्या क्या काम आपको करने हैं, then just see कि इसमें से कौन सा काम ऐसा है जिससे आपको सबसे ज़्यादा फायदा होने वाला है, which needs your more attention and will provide you the better results, which will help you to achieve your targets easily, and those will be the top 20% on which you have to focus on.
Correct.
Right? So it's not difficult, right?
So we have to only understand the 20% and the 80% thing. Your job would become easy.
Right. And is there any other question, Shreya?
Yeah, there is one more question, the last question. How do you prioritize your work? So one person, he has asked that this question was asked in his interview, that how do you prioritize your work?
Okay.
So Poonam, may I take a chance to answer this question?
Yeah,
I have been on the other side as an interviewer also, I was there. So
I think you are the right person to answer this question, Shreya.
Thank you. So when we talk about from the interviewer perspective, I want to say that employers or the interviewer ask this question as a way to evaluate your time management skills. And they want to assess your ability to differentiate between how you handle urgent and important tasks. When you are answering this question, they want to see how you would maintain your work life, how would you do the work life balance, and also would you be able to take multiple responsibility at your work, at your job, and perform that efficiently. They want to see all those aspects. So that's why in this question it is very, very important for us to look at that previous episode which we spoke about urgent and important matters. So you need to understand that which tasks are urgent, which tasks are important. So employees look from that perspective.
True. So इस तरह के तो बहुत क्वेश्चन इंटरव्यूज में पूछे जाते हैं, एंड एट द टाइम व्हेन यू आर सिटिंग ऑन द अदर साइड, व्हेन यू आर द इंटरव्यू, यू आर बीइंग इंटरव्यूड, तो उस टाइम पे समटाइम्स वी फाइंड डिफिकल्ट टू आंसर सच क्वेश्चंस. And I would say, Shreya, we can plan a separate episode on interview questions also, right?
Correct.
How to answer different type of questions effectively during an interview. And I think that can definitely help people to understand better.
So our audience who are watching us and who would be watching our episodes later, please type in any questions you would want us to answer.
Where you want us to answer कि इस question को how to answer during an interview. And we will definitely plan a separate episode to help you out to understand that if you are asked such question in an interview, what is the intent of the interviewer, what he wants to know from you, and how you should answer such a question to be selected so that your goal is achieved, right?
Correct.
So I think 10 minutes above we have crossed again, so let us wind up today's episode, and looking forward for more such comments and questions from our viewers. And our intent of recording this episode has always been to help people as much as possible through our own experience, which we have gained from our own corporate working and also as a corporate trainer.
Correct.
So do share your questions, your comments. We are happy to read them, and we have shared our details below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and that actually encourages us. So keep encouraging us by sharing your likes, your comments.
Good. And these comments, these questions make us feel that yes, we are doing a good job. So please do keep asking your concerns, your questions, and obviously your feedback. We would be very happy to know that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please watch our episodes. Keep watching our episodes. Thank you so much. So till we meet next time, keep smiling, take care, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.